We're gonna ask you some questions, rapid fire. First thing comes to mind, answer it.
Okay.
So be honest, how often do you actually get on a roof?
Every day. Like per roof? Every roof.
What's the biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their roofs?
Not getting them inspected by a professional.
I am a pro, buddy. A real pro.
What's the weirdest or craziest thing you've ever found on a roof?
Bullet.
A discharged bullet found at the scene.
Is roofing as dangerous as people think?
No.
If I wanted to start a roofing company tomorrow, what's the first thing I need to know?
How to roof.
What's the most expensive roofing job you've ever done?
$60,000.
Metal versus shingles.
For what?
Metals versus shingles, like which one would you pick?
Metal.
I mean,
I know, but it's probably a better system. Do you want me to try to sell? Do you want me to say shingle?
You want me to lie?
I'm just saying, if I was to pick one, you said, hey, put metal on your roof for shingle, I'll put metal. I think you would do the same.
If my roof isn't leaking, do I still need to worry about it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's more about being proactive than reactive.
What does it actually mean when people say they need a new roof? Is it everything being replaced?
Not always, depending on the system.
What systems?
If it's a tile roof, the tile doesn't always need to be replaced, but it's what's underneath that is the most valuable part of your roofing system and keeping the roof in your home dry.
Okay, how long is the roof supposed to last?
Depends on the product. We hope 15 years, but that's not always the case.
Can you give me an example of a lesser case and a more favorable?
Some of your track builds that use a lesser quality underlayment, names that I won't name, can and will last closer to your 10-year mark than your 15-year mark.
Do people ever try to fix their own roofs?
Yes.
How bad does that usually go?
Really bad.
Bad. That's why I see them.
What's the worst type of roof to work on?
Clay.
What do homeowners get wrong about insurance claims for roofing?
That the deductible is already taken out, paid to by the carrier.
If someone's looking for a roofing company, how do they know who to trust?
Google reviews and a company that is transparent in their pricing and through the BBB.
Last one, what's something about roofing that people would be surprised to learn?
That there's different quality products, and a good choice in a quality product could lead you to less problems down the road.
You ever been scared while on a roof?
Of course not.
Yes.
What's the most satisfying part of roofing?
Having a successful insurance claim come to fruition and have a customer save the money that they thought they were gonna have to spend on a roof come down to just their deductible.
What's the best part of your job that has absolutely nothing to do with actual roofing?
Customer service. Having a good experience on the customer service side of things.
If roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing instead?
Bass fishing.
If you could put any crazy thing on a roof, what would it be?
Don't know.
Okay, be real, have you ever fallen off a roof?
No.
How often do you actually get on the roof?
Lately, maybe once a month.
What's the biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their roofs?
Not maintaining them, not getting annual inspections, and thinking that a repair is going to fix their problems on aged roofs.
What's the weirdest, craziest thing you've ever found on a roof?
Seen some bullets.
A bullet!
The best was a fork in a squeaky whirlybird to get it to stop.
Is roofing as dangerous as people think it is?
No.
If I wanted to start a roofing company tomorrow, what's the first thing I need to know?
Customer service.
What's the most expensive roofing job you've ever done?
$365,000.
How do you even learn to be a roofer? Is there like a school or something?
Dmitry Lipinski.
Metal versus shingles.
Tile.
If my roof isn't leaking, do I still need to worry about it?
Yes.
What does it actually mean when people say they need a new roof? Is it everything being replaced?
No, depending on the type of roof that it is. If it's a tile roof, you can reuse the tile. Shingle roofs, everything's got to come off. Flat roofs, foam and coating. You can sometimes recoat those or refoam those over.
How long is the roof supposed to last?
Depending on the product, with the technology and advancements in products, we'd like to think, minimum of 20 years with what we're putting on, up to 50 years.
Do people ever try to fix their own roofs?
Unfortunately.
How bad does that usually go?
Terrible.
Usually costs them more money in the long run.
What's the worst type of roof to work on?
steep.
What do homeowners get wrong about insurance claims?
That they think their premium is going to go up solely because they have filed an insurance claim.
If someone's looking for a roofing company, how do they know who to trust?
Going online, doing your research, Google reviews, a lot of photos, good website, good videos, good social media presence, the whole gamut.
What's something about roofing that people would be surprised to learn?
That it is a very, very messy project. It's a demolition style project, and some people are shocked at the mess it creates and they start seeing the roof come off. Sometimes people are just blown away.
Last couple questions. These are just fun. Again, first thing that comes to mind, don't think about it. If you think about it, I'm going to the next question. Okay. Have you ever been scared on a roof?
No.
Yes.
What's the most satisfying part of roofing?
Having a very, very happy customer knowing that they're gonna have a roof that protects them for years to come.
What's the best part of your job that has absolutely nothing to do with actual roofing?
Seeing our team grow every day and help customers throughout Arizona with their roofing projects, giving them an honest, transparent, and a good affordable product without breaking the bank, and having a 5-star experience for all those customers.
If roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing instead?
Being a firefighter.
All right, firefighter.
If you could put one crazy thing on a roof, what would it be? Be real, have you ever fallen off a roof?
No.
Metal versus shingles.
Shingles.
Shingles versus tile.
Shingles.
What's the best roof?
Shingles.
What is the most satisfying part of roofing?
I would say successfully assisting a homeowner through an insurance claim that starts out maybe under deductible, or, with repairs being issued, all the way to full replacement, and saving people that money and getting that referral. That's a genuine referral and happiness for someone, so yeah.
If you could put anything crazy on a roof, what would it be?
My buddy Kyle Weber, out there in the Carolinas, it was really cool. They did an American flag in like red, white, and blue shingles. Like you could see it, like they posted all over Instagram and stuff. It was sick. So Kyle, I'd probably copy you. Sorry about that, but that was pretty awesome.
If roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing?
Probably carpentry.
I'm not a pimp. I'm a carpenter.
I'd probably be driving nails, like working 40, 50 hours a week, wearing my bags every day.
What do homeowners get wrong about insurance claims for roofing?
That they don't know their deductible.
If my roof isn't leaking, do I still need to worry about it?
Yes. No, yes and no. Depends on how old it is, I guess I should say.
Be real, have you ever fallen off a roof?
Yes.
Tile, shingle?
Shingles.
How?
It was actually in Sun City. That was the good part about it. Low roof lines, not too far of a fall. I was kind of able to gracefully jump and roll at the same time, and avoided any injuries.
Was it at the ladder point or was it up the roof?
Definitely not at the ladder point.
Did you tell the homeowner?
No. Too embarrassing. So be honest, how often do you actually get on a roof?
I'd say I get on a roof almost every day.
That's my boy.
What's the biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their roofs?
Not understanding that tile isn't what keeps your roof watertight.
What's the weirdest or craziest thing you've ever found on a roof?
A dead mouse next to an AC unit.
Is roofing as dangerous as people think it is?
Most roofs aren't that bad. You get into the steep, old shingle roofs, it can get a little scary, but most part it's not that bad.
What is the most expensive roofing job you've ever done?
Mine would have been an insurance claim on an asbestos roof in Chino Valley. I think it was just shy of 50.
Metal versus shingles.
Shingles.
Shingles versus tile.
Tile. Personal preference, not tile.
Tile versus foam.
Tile.
What does it mean when people say they need a new roof? Is it actually replacing everything, or what is it?
A lot of the times when people say they need a new roof, they don't really know what all is involved in it. So they might not know about drip edge or flashings if flashings are bad. They might not know about replacing all their ventilation or pipe jacks, stuff like that. When it comes to a tile roof, a lot of the times I find people think that they need to replace their tile too, but for the most part, people are pretty close to figuring out what they need.
How long is the roof supposed to last?
Depending on what kind of roof you got. Which one?
Tile, shingles.
Tiles and shingles, so your average shingle roof probably gets you close to 20. depending on storm, stuff like that. Your average tile with builder grade underlayment, you're looking around, I guess, the 20-year mark as well. I've seen them go a lot longer, but typically around 20.
Do people ever try to fix their own roofs?
Oh yeah.
How bad does that usually go?
Not good.
Just as bad as that, oh yeah, I said.
So then what's the worst type of roof to work on?
I would honestly say it can be foam. Because I see a lot of people try to make spotty repairs with silicone on an acrylic. And they don't really know what all goes in depth into getting the roof done when it's past that point where they do their little repairs.
What do homeowners get wrong most when it comes to insurance claims?
I'd say most of the time, they think that their rates are gonna go up because they file a claim due to storm damage.
If someone's looking for a roofing company, how do they know who to trust?
They look at our website and then they see our reviews and they see that we have great reviews because we treat our customers right.
What's something about roofing that people would be surprised to learn?
I would honestly say the way flashing is installed, like on a new build property.
Just fun questions, first thing that comes to mind. Have you ever been scared while on a roof?
No.
Yes.
What is the most satisfying part of roofing?
When the roof is done and the homeowner loves it.
What's the best part of your job that has absolutely nothing to do with actual roofing?
Getting to know homeowners. I actually had an appointment today where I got to talk to a nicer lady who was in Alaska in the 60s when the 9-point-something magnitude earthquake happened. She said the ground looked like waves. So that was pretty sweet.
If roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing?
Dang. I'd probably be in a coal mine, to be honest.
If you could put anything crazy on a roof, what would it be?
I think the copper turret deals on the website, that one big shingle roof, that would be pretty cool.
Be real with us. Have you ever fallen off of a roof?
I have not, at this point in time.
How often do you actually get on a roof?
Oh, that's a tough question. Probably get on maybe one a month.
Why?
Okay, what's the biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their roofs?
I think the biggest mistake that homeowners make when it comes to their roof, realistically, is going to be trying to repair it themselves or overthinking what needs to be done on the roof.
Is roofing as dangerous as people think it is?
Not that I'm aware. I haven't seen anybody fall off the roof yet.
Not yet.
What's the most expensive roofing job you've ever been a part of?
Most expensive job I've ever been a part of was $27,000.
Metal versus shingles.
Shingle.
Shingle versus tile.
I personally am a shingle guy.
Shingles versus foam.
I'm still going to go with the shingles.
Okay, if my roof isn't leaking, do I still need to worry about it?
It depends on the age of the roof and some of the other issues that could be going on up there, but a leak isn't the only sign that your roof is ready to be replaced.
So what does it actually mean when people say they need a new roof? Is everything replaced?
As far as a new roof goes, there's multiple different components when it comes to it. Things like valley metals may not need to be replaced, but flashings, drip edge, things like that, all those other components will need to be replaced. So really just determines what your roof is and what situation it's in.
How long is the roof supposed to last?
Roughly 20 years.
Do people ever try to fix their own roofs?
All the time.
And how does that usually go?
Every single one that I've gone out to is because they're still leaking, so.
In your opinion, what's the worst type of roof to work on?
Personally, I think the worst type of roof to work on would be clay, and it's because you can't even really get up there and inspect it.
What do homeowners get wrong when it comes to insurance claims and roofing?
I think the number one thing that I've run into is people used to file their claims and they'd get one lump sum check when it came to the claim process, whereas now you need that contractor or somebody to help you through it and getting those multiple payments such as ACB and RCB. So I think that's probably the most common mistake.
And if someone's looking for a roofing company, how would you know who to trust?
Number one, the first thing that I personally would do is going to be looking up their Google presence. How long have they been in business? Can they honor their warranties? And then number two that I'm going to look into is, are they a platinum contractor? Are they determined or licensed with a certain brand or manufacturer to say hey, they go above and beyond to do quality work? And then number three, do I like the person that's actually inspecting my roof? Do I trust them? Do they seem presentable? Do they show up on time?
And what's something about roofing that people would be surprised to learn?
I think that the biggest thing for me that I was surprised to learn when I got here, especially with TSM, is how fast we can actually get a roof built. A lot of the times when you think of a roofing project, you're thinking of something that's going to take 3 to 4 days, but a lot of the jobs that we're doing in a day to 2 days. So I think that the timeline of how long it takes to get a job done is something that most people are not expecting.
Thanks. So just a couple more questions here. Gonna do some fun ones. First thing that comes to mind. Have you ever been scared while on a roof?
No, sir.
I have not, no.
Okay, what's the most satisfying part of roofing for you?
I enjoy actually watching the build get put together, like the before, during, and after photos, and seeing it all kind of come together is the most satisfying to me.
What's the best part of your job that has absolutely nothing to do with actual roofing?
Building relationships. I think outside of just the customers that I meet through roofing, they can provide me information and value outside of my job as well. So I think building long-term relationships is the most important thing to me outside of roofing.
And if roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing?
Still in sales of some sort, probably still in like business to business sales or selling cars, like what I originally did out of high school.
Yeah, if you could put anything on a roof, what would it be? Anything crazy on a roof, what would it be?
I think I would take shingles with a specific color profile to design the Denver Broncos logo right on one of the slopes. So I'd have like the white, the orange, the blue, and I'd get those shingles to lay like that so I could make like some artwork on the shingles on the roof. I think that'd be pretty sick.
Okay, let's be real. You've definitely fallen off a roof.
I have not fallen off a roof here, but I have fallen off of a roof outside of work. So yeah.
Be honest, how often do you actually get on a roof?
Once a day.
Attaboy!
And what's the biggest mistake homeowners make when it comes to their roofs?
Just neglecting the roof and not making sure they're getting their annual inspections done.
What's the weirdest or craziest thing you've ever found on a roof?
There was a tile roof out in Surprise. They had a cactus growing on top of it.
Is roofing as dangerous as people think it is?
No, not really.
What's the most expensive roofing job that you have ever been a part of?
I want to say it was around 25.
Okay, metal versus shingles.
Off the looks wise, I'd say metal.
Metal versus tile.
Tile, for sure.
Okay, tile versus foam.
Still tile.
How long is a roof supposed to last for?
Typically around 20 years, unless you have PSU 30, then you're good for 30 years.
Do homeowners ever try to fix their own roofs?
Yeah, all the time.
And how does that usually turn out?
It usually looks like a spider repair, nothing too great.
And in your opinion, what's the worst type of roof to work on?
Probably shingle roofs. When it's 110 degrees outside, it gets pretty hot up there.
What do homeowners get wrong most when it comes to insurance claims?
Thinking that their rate's gonna go up if they file a claim.
If someone's looking for a roofing company, how do they know who to trust?
I'd say probably just reach out to friends and family and see who they worked with in the past and how their experience was.
What's something about roofing that people would be surprised to learn?
That a tile roof doesn't mean it's good for life.
Have you ever been scared while on a roof?
No.
What's the most satisfying part of roofing?
Having a happy customer.
What is the best part of your job that has absolutely nothing to do with actual roof form?
Just building connections and relationships with homeowners. You meet a lot of interesting people out there.
And if roofing wasn't your job, what would you be doing instead?
I'll go back to turning ranches.
And if you could put any crazy thing on a roof, what would it be?
Probably those copper gutters.
Be honest with this, have you ever fallen off the roof?
No. I've jumped off a roof before, but never fell.